Nearly 2 months into the ceasefire, the healthcare system in Gaza is still on the brink of collapse. Doctors say they are struggling to save lives because Israel is not allowing essential medical supplies into the strip. Sweets, mobile phones and even electronic bicycles are permitted to enter, but antibiotics, IV solutions and surgical materials are banned.
We're facing a situation in which 54% of essential medicines are unavailable and 40% of the drugs for surgery and emergency care. The very medications we rely on to treat the wounded, they're missing.
The health ministry describes the shortages as unprecedented. It says Israel is allowing just 5 trucks carrying medical supplies into Gaza a week. 3 go to international organizations such as the UN and its partners, and 2 to government-run hospitals. People living with chronic illnesses have no one to turn to. Naif Msabbih lives in a Nusayrat refugee camp. He's 68 years old and has colon cancer.
I
need colostomy bases and bags so I can attach them to the stoma and the device. They're not available, nor the bases, and we end up soiling ourselves. The situation is extremely difficult. There's also no gauze, cold packs, adhesive tape, gloves, or disinfectant solution. Nothing.
With no way to manage his condition, Naif says the war has robbed him of his dignity. Doctors are improvising with what little they have left. Patients are struggling without treatment for chronic illnesses, and families are searching for simple items to make the lives of their loved ones easier. Items they say should not be this hard to find. Moath, al-Kahlout, Jazeera, from Gaza City, Palestine.
Well, let's get over now to Gaza City itself and to Hind Khoudary, who is live for us there. Hind, we saw Moath's report that there's a shortage of medical supplies, but there's also, I think you were saying earlier, a shortage of some of the absolute bare essentials too.
The basic necessities where Palestinians need to do their day-to-day life, like cooking gas, where Israel is only letting 16% of Gaza's need into the Gaza Strip. We're a month into the ceasefire, almost a month, and Palestinians are still using fire, collecting wood, plastic to light up fire and to cook on fire. And it's winter, it's very cold. It's also another source of how Palestinians are using fire to warm up. But it's not only the cooking gas. We're also seeing a lot of shortage in shelter items, in winter items, where Palestinians are saying that their tents have been torn out, very fragile, not protecting them from the winter, and Israel is not letting any shelter items into Gaza. Let me tell you that yesterday only 104 trucks entered the Gaza Strip. The agreement was at least 600 trucks of humanitarian assistance to enter, and this shows how Palestinians, that despite ceasefire, are struggling every single day. Also, medicine, medical supplies. We were in a Shifa hospital, and doctors have been saying that 0 medical supplies have been entering, and even spare parts. So there's a lot of shortages, and Israel is only letting fancy stuff in where most of the Palestinians don't even afford it.
Hind, we're getting reports that Hamas and the Red Cross are working together to try to locate the body of the last Israeli captive. What more do we know about that?
So the search is being conducted in Zaytun, in the eastern parts of the Gaza City, and this is the last Israeli captive that is left into the Gaza Strip. Now, the ICRC, Al-Qassam brigades, and the Islamic Jihad have been working closely to allocate and to retrieve the bodies of the Israeli captives, but now there are a lot of concerns. What's going to happen after this Israeli dead body is going to be handed over. Palestinians have been promised for the Rafah crossing, for example, and we have been talking about this the past couple of days, but there's nothing being implemented on the ground. Palestinians need reconstruction, need more items, mobile houses, and a lot to start their lives from all over again. Now, what is going to happen after this Israeli captive and the last captive is going to be handed over? Are Palestinians going to be seeing the stuff they have been promised on the ground, or there are a lot of fears that there may be a resumption of the war? There's a lot of concerns, and Palestinians do not know what's going to happen, but for sure, Palestinians are frustrated and anxious because their lives have been put on hold since the search of the Israeli captives' bodies have been in the process.
Hind, thank you so much. Hind Khoudary there in Gaza City.
Don't miss out and get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.